very much liking this. Taking pictures of me for.
So it's spring in Wyoming. What have we been doing?
Working.
Mostly what?
Oh, pulling up quack grass and weeds and working on irrigation ditches and just non-stop, nothing but work.
So it does stop every now and then, whenever the weather stops, because it is spring in Wyoming. And so we had, over the last month, we had a little spell that was warm. We got some compost spread on things, stuff ready to plant, filled those new planters, and then it snowed for, I don't know, like 10 days. Pretty well put a stop to all the, outside stuff. Then it melted, we got a bunch of seeds planted, and some things weeding pretty much universally around here, getting quackgrass to not choke out our trees and bushes and so on. If you've been following here for any length of time, you've heard our stories of learning to fight that. Then it snowed again. As of, let's see, we're sitting down here and recording. These clips through here are from about the past month, but we're recording this, speaking on June 2nd, and we last had snow on the ground 8 days ago, I believe. We had a good 4-inch storm that, it's not unusual to get snow at this time of year, but it was a little heavier and stayed a little longer than we often get, so that, gave us a break again. On all those breaks, then I do everything that hasn't been done inside, wash the pile of dishes, actually cook up more foods. We have stuff that's quick to heat or eat for the next few days, just do all the cleanup and put away and tidy things, and then as the sun comes back out, then we have all the outside stuff to do again.
Grown into the bulb.
now it's turning into actually looking like spring. As you can see, the trees around us are leafing out. They did get, on all the poplars and aspens and such, a little frost damage on their leaves from that last snow. It was just really cold and stayed cold, you know, when it came down. It just kept being cold for a few days. Of course, we get frosts and freezes through the whole summer, but it was just kind of sustained cold, and I think with the frozen snow stuck to their leaves, that made a difference. So anyway, you can see little frost damage on their leaves. Hopefully they grow out of that for the year. But it's looking, the yard is green, clover's starting to grow out. Minnie Velcro's coming to see us. She likes to come snuggle anytime we sit on the swing. The trees here along the creek are leafing out, and it's a really pretty spot to hang out. And everything's planted, garden seed wise and new planter wise, so hopefully that will all be, most things are starting to grow. I've got little carrots that you about need a microscope to see up, and the potatoes are starting to push through the soil. And Clay's done an incredible amount of work on digging quackgrass away from trees and bushes. We're probably going to do a whole video just on that in case you have quackgrass. I think we have figured out a method to keep it from killing things like trees and bushes. So we'll have
it looks a little bizarre with all the plastic everywhere, but
it's the only thing we found that works without resorting to very, very toxic chemicals to poison it, which of course you can't put right around and on top of trees and bushes or it will kill them anyway. So yeah, we'll have a whole episode on that. But for now, it's spring. We're enjoying spring. There's lots of baby things, chicks running all over. It's getting toward evening here, and it just rained a little bit ago, and that's why we quit what we were doing and decided to take a break. Got cats to snuggle with, dogs to throw things for and snuggle with. I don't know if you can see Burley's laying at our feet. The ducks are totally ecstatic with the water in the creek and the ditch. They are very, very happy ducking around, and that's kind of what our spring's been like.
yeah. One of the old sayings in Wyoming is, people will ask you, what are you going to do for summer? And well, most people get 1-2 days and maybe go fishing on
and people will
summer.
say things like, I remember summer last year. Didn't it happen like July 10th?
Yeah, something like that. This year maybe July, yeah, mid-July.
But it is getting hot if the forecast is right, which is always an if. We're going to go from 8 days from snow on the ground to 80 degrees. So that's one of the reasons growing things here is tough. Something like what growing zone you're in, all that tells you is the very coldest temperature you get to. It doesn't tell you whether you stay at that temperature for 1 day or 250 days of the year. It doesn't tell you how often it freezes and snows in the middle of summer, or how often the plants have to deal with temperature swings from like below freezing to over 80 degrees within a few days, or sometimes a single day. I've had that happen, a single 12-hour period before. But anyway, we do want to go around, and we did plant a few new trees and bushes this spring, not very many, but I also want to do a video now that things are starting to leaf out, going around showing you guys what all the trees and bushes we have planted over the years are looking like, and a little input on, in case you have a similar climate, what has survived here and what did not, and what we're planting more of. There's one of our little hummingbird friends. I don't know if she quite flew into the camera or not, but we have so many birds. That's another thing I want to do a whole video on. The amount of bird life that is here now that was not here 4 years ago when we purchased the property is kind of incredible. Some of them are quieting down as we get toward dusk here, but this place is not quiet anymore during the day. There are robins trilling. They've already raised their first batch of babies, multiple robin nests. I've seen the babies flying around from. We have swallows nesting in a couple of places on the fence line. There's some red-winged blackbirds in the trees behind us, as well as some more robins. I don't know where the Bullocks orioles are nesting, or the various grosbeaks, or the pine siskins, or the hummingbirds, or all the many other things. But I really enjoy watching the massive increase in bird life. I think the more flowers and bushes and herbs and trees and stuff we plant, the more cover there is for them, the more different kinds of food there are for them. Now there's a hummingbird just hanging out there. I think she's not sure about the camera being there. starting to get used to us sitting here. They have to kind of re-warm up to that every spring. But anyway, it's a pleasure to watch and hear all the birds. Get up to do chores in the morning, and there's a meadowlark singing to me, and red-winged blackbird males trilling. And anyway, I have a bunch of footage of the various birds, and I want to do, especially for the cat fans of this channel, I want to get that video put together as well. But it's been a real pleasure to watch the massive increase in bird life as we continue planting and turning this from an abandoned, abused pasture and community burn pile junk pit into something productive. So that's about it for now.
Yep, it's always an adventure. You never know from day to day what's going to happen.
If you plan to do one thing,
yeah.
Then it rains when they said it wasn't going to, and you have to do something different. And if you count on it raining, it doesn't, and you need to water everything. So that's kind of how life goes.
Yeah, and you get things that start growing, and then it freezes, and it's an adventure. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. You never know what's going to happen. So it's life in Wyoming.
That's a little update on our spring. We'll hopefully see you again soon with the video, probably more so if it rains and we're outside less. Because we have been having, pardon the four-wheeler noise, weekends around here you get lots of people on four-wheelers. The reason you haven't seen videos the last little bit is every day we have been able to be outside. We've pretty much been on our feet from about 7 a.m. till 10 p.m. when it gets dark. And then you're coming in and eating and then trying to wash up some dishes and just crashing. And anyway, it's been some long, exhausting days. But I think we're getting caught up on things. Because the way spring goes here is everything needs done, but you can't do it yet. You can't do it yet. There's still 2 feet of snow on it. You can't do it yet. The ground's still frozen. You can't do it yet. Oh, it warmed up. It all needed done last week. That's kind of how it goes.
About halfway through the summer, you are hoping for winter so you can
because
relax.
Summer's just tiring. It's beautiful, but it's tiring.
Yeah.
The winter's so much more peaceful and relaxing. But we're going to enjoy our green and bloomy things while they're here and share them with you as much as I have time to record them. Oh, and another cool thing is we got to see the northern lights from here. The aurora, whatever you want to call it. One of those solar storms that got flung toward our atmosphere made some spectacular colors that danced and shimmered and whatever over top of us. And it was by far the most brilliant northern lights I've ever seen in my life. So that was pretty amazing and something I'm glad we got to enjoy together. That was another fun thing this spring.
Growing a few flowers, but
achoo, achoo.
good girl.
I hope you guys are all enjoying spring or summer or whatever the weather is wherever you are now. Or the start of winter. I know we got some viewers from the other half of the hemisphere. And anyway, there's our little one of our hummingbird ladies that came in to say hi for a second. You guys have a lovely day. Thanks for spending your valuable time with us,
I hope you learned something interesting and useful.
or found something beautiful here.